Welcome to the channel, your language tutor with Mr. Saklansha. Our today's topic is to discuss that what is clause and what are the types of clause. And yes, also we will see what is the difference between a sentence and a clause. So let's start. Clause is the part of sentence with its own subject and predicate. Now see, clause is the part of sentence. But what particular part of sentence are we talking about when we talk about clause? So it is that part of the sentence which has its own subject and predicate. We can understand it better by looking at the examples. Like in sentence 1, we have Helen was beautiful. So the red text Helen is subject, was beautiful is the predicate. Now, since there is only one subject and one predicate in the sentence, so it has only one clause. See, you can also say that Helen was beautiful is a simple sentence. Yes, it is a sentence, but at the very same time, it is a main clause as well. So we can also say that a sentence must carry at least one clause. A sentence cannot exist without clauses in it. And yes, a sentence can have only one clause, or two clauses, or three clauses, or even more than that. Now let us look at our second example. I like ice cream while you prefer chicken soup. Now as you can see that I is the subject and like ice cream is the predicate. But in the next part of the sentence, while you prefer chicken soup, while is the conjunction, you is another subject, prefer chicken soup is the predicate for you. So in this sentence we have two subjects and two predicates, hence two clauses. Now let's go to sentence number 3. My father is a banker, my mother is a housewife, and my elder sister is a student. So see, in the first part we are talking about my father, who is a banker. So my father is a subject and is a banker is a predicate for my father. My mother is a housewife. My mother here is a subject, is a housewife, is predicate for subject my mother. And is the conjunction. My elder sister is a student. My elder student is a subject, is a student is predicate for subject my elder student. Now as you can see, the first two clauses are joined by a comma and the next two clauses are joined by a conjunction. So you can join clauses with the help of conjunctions or punctuation. Now let us see what are the types of clauses. But yes, before that, if you do not know what is subject and what is predicate and what is their role in sentence building, then we have already made a video on it, which you should watch. So let us see what are the types. Alright, so mainly we have two types of clauses, and they include main or the principal clause and subordinate clause. Main clause is the independent clause and it can make a sentence by its own, whereas dependent clause cannot make a sentence. Subordinate clause is also called dependent clause. And how does these things work? Let us understand by looking at some sentence examples. Alright, so here we have Alina is a teacher. Now in this sentence, Alina is a subject, is a teacher, is a predicate. So there is only one clause in the sentence. And since there is only one clause in the sentence, it is a main clause. Now keep this thing in your mind. Whenever you have a sentence with one clause only, then that particular clause will always be a main clause. Now let us look some other examples. I will work here and you will work there. I will work here is one clause. You will work there is another clause. But since these both do not define each other, so these both are main or the principal clauses. Heather is a doctor and Alice is a professor. Now, again, we have two independent or main or the principal clauses in the sentence. Whereas in the next sentence, You are here because I invited you. See, why are you here? Because I invited you. So you are here, that is the main clause. But why are you here? So the next part is actually giving us some more information about the main clause. And that's what the function of subordinate clause is. A subordinate clause gives us some extra information about the main clause. So you are here, this is the main clause. Because I invited you is the reason. So I invited you will become a subordinate clause. Come out of your place when it stops raining. Again, come out of your place. This is a main clause. But when are you supposed to come out? The next part is defining. So the next part is actually giving us some information about the main clause. So again, when it stops raining is a subordinate clause. Adam will pass the test if he works hard. So Adam will pass the test is a main clause, but when will he pass the test? What is the condition? So the next part is giving us some answers. If he works hard. So this condition is actually for the main clause. Again, this condition, if he works hard, is a subordinate clause. Now let us look the last sentence. Before he calls your name, complete your work. Again, see in the sentence, complete your work is the main clause. But what is the deadline before he calls your name? So since the first part of the sentence, before he calls your name, is explaining our main clause, so this is also a subordinate clause. So the text in one color is of main clauses, and the text in black is of subordinate clauses. Now from these examples, you can see that a main clause may come at the start of the sentence, or in between, or even at the end of the sentence. And yes, keep one thing in your mind, I'm repeating again, if the sentence has only one clause like I am a teacher, you are a doctor, we are partying tonight, the sentence will contain only one main clause. So, how can we join these clauses? What is the role of coordinate and subordinating conjunctions? Well, this is our next video's topic. So, stay tuned, watch our videos, hit the subscribe button and bell icon as well so that you can be notified on each video we upload. Thanks for watching.